Howdy. I am capping some salt pills. So I just kind of was listening to a video talking about the economics of Germany before World War II. And I'm just thinking, like, I really want to make a little bit of a video on my psyche right now. Because, like, I've talked to a lot of people recently. Not a lot of people. I talked to a few people recently just about how not sleeping for so long has affected my worldview and affected me. And the first thing I want to say is I got nothing to compare it to. Like this is my life. Like, I don't know. How has not sleeping for most of my life affected my worldview? I have no idea. I don't know what it would be like to sleep like a normal person. Like, I have no idea. This is just life for me. Like, life for me consists of, like, there's just normal, but then I realized normal was actually feeling terrible. And then normal would just get worse until I felt like super, super terrible. And then I would fix everything. And then I'd feel like incredible. So it's like my experience of life, which is just my experience of life that I have nothing to compare it to, is feeling terrible and then deciding that I'm going to do anything and everything in my power to feel as good as I possibly can. And then that working, basically that being a really hard problem to solve, but that committing to that makes me basically superhuman. And then I like win jiu-jitsu tournaments, I win wrestling tournaments, I start businesses that are successful, I get married to the most beautiful woman that I've ever seen. I'm just like, woohoo, I won the marriage game. Like, I do cool stuff. And then it's like, if I don't do that constantly, then I deteriorate to the point where I'm barely human. I'm just in terrible agony and nothing makes any sense and I can't think and I'm shitting my brains out and I can't digest food and my head feels like it's being ripped apart and I can't, it's just terrible. So it's like I don't know, like that's just my experience of life. This is what it is. So because of that, I think I sort of project that onto everyone else. I'm just talking casually. I think I just sort of project that onto other people. I'm like, well, other people must experience the same thing to some degree, though, with less intensity. I think so. I mean, I think it's basically just aging, but like, I don't know. I mean, I don't get the like nice high metabolism, no health problems, youth thing that people got. Like that just, I didn't get that. But I think that not having that has made me so disciplined or capable of so much discipline. Because if I fell off the discipline bandwagon, I'd probably just, I mean, it's like a bandwagon, like any other bandwagon. If I stopped being very disciplined all the time, I would stop being very disciplined all the time, and then I would like lose track of it. But basically, the amount of discipline I have to develop in order to just recover my sleep at all is so much that there's really no point in not continuing it. So now I'm just left in this position where I'm like, if I have like the most discipline I can imagine having, then my life will be incredibly awesome. And if I don't, then I'll die horribly. And that's just my experience of life. Like, that's just what life seems like to me. And then because of that, because that's the way it is for me, I then project that onto history even. I say, okay, well, if we all work really, really, really hard to make the world the freest, most beautiful, and amazing place we can make it, then it will actually be free, beautiful, and amazing. But if we do anything less than that, it will immediately become a communist totalitarian hellscape where they'll feed me nothing but soy, and then I'm going to develop total insomnia again. They're going to dissect my brain while I'm alive. That's just what I believe. Like, I don't know. This is just what the world seems like to me. So this is why I do the things I do. I'm just like, I must prevail. But it doesn't seem to me that that's an incorrect way of viewing the world or that it's even like wrong or even any degree distorted. It just seems to me like I'm viewing the world from the lens of history and reality, and other people are viewing the world through this weird kumbaya lens of like everything's just fine, and they all get cancer and die anyway. Like again, like both perspectives are true. Like the kumbaya, that's true. And you're all gonna die is also true. They're both true perspectives. It's just that I favor the other perspective because of my own life experiences. So I don't know. Like, I don't really like consider myself scarred for life because of the. I mean, I am actually scarred for life. I got a scar right there I got when I was being born via cesarean section. So I am scarred for life, but it doesn't really matter, you know. Like, it gives a shit. It doesn't affect things. Like, it's like, oh my god, I'll be scarred for life. It's like, so what? Okay, man, you're scarred for life. Like, and then you wake up the next morning and eat breakfast. Is it a particularly grotesque scar? Like, what's the problem here, you know? So, yeah, I mean, like, yes, what I went through is horrible, but again, like, the worst thing you've ever been through is the worst thing you've ever been through. So, it's just the worst thing I've ever been through. That's just my. So, everything else by comparison is like non-existent. I just have no other problems except for the sleep problem and the um latent communist totalitarianism that will definitely also create the sleep problem again for me, because those are just connected in my brain intimately. Because COVID also, they started restricting meat, and like I only eat meat, so yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm fighting like another revolutionary war about 50 years before everyone else is. I don't think that's wrong. Like, I don't think I'm wrong for doing that. I don't think Nietzsche was wrong for fighting the wars he fought, like fighting World War II before World War II. Like, it's just that certain things are kind of coming down the pipeline. Like, there's a lot of pain and suffering coming down the pipeline for people who want to continue poisoning their bodies with all this garbage. I kind of experienced it first, and oh look, there's a bunch of political and economic incentives that make that more likely, and like, you know what I mean, like, obviously there's political and economic incentives that make it more likely we're all going to poison ourselves, so otherwise we wouldn't be poisoning ourselves, and if there weren't, we would just create them because we're poisoning ourselves. So it's kind of the way it is. I don't know. I mean, everyone's got motivations about something. Like, I definitely do feel like I've been deprived of this frivolous distractibility. Like, I can't distract myself from my memories of not sleeping, or I become insane, because there's sort of like a unifying narrative to my life of like, I fixed this problem, so if I stop fixing the problem, then things stop making sense. Because I'm like, what am I doing? Just waiting for the dragon to come devour me? But the dragon's coming to devour everyone. Again, it's not different than like you're gonna die and your kids are gonna be left alone without like a father, you know. So it's like that's something that's gonna happen at some point. I'm gonna die and I'm gonna leave my kids without a father. So it's like the dragon's coming. Like, it doesn't. The fact that my dragon happens to be a sleep-based dragon and other people's dragons are death-based dragons is basically irrelevant. I'm happy that I'm very focused and I have the resources to actually work on this problem and make progress on this problem, because I mean, if I didn't, that would suck. So I don't know. I mean, got a problem and I got the resources to deal with the problem, so I'm a happy man.